Set this record that way you have it in case you need it
Gotcha.
as a replay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So it's you bought some solar leads. Do you know what kind of like they were what kind of were they doing like Facebook, Google? Were they doing cold calling? Do you know what they were doing?
Phone calling and Facebook, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. All right. So this system, the way that this system is set up, it's you have a login. So you have this login. You obviously you would be able to log into your account. And at that point, you would see all your lead mechanisms in purchasing. Right now on the platform, I have the ability to offer a lot, but we're focusing mainly on the roofing side, roofing repair, roofing replacement, as well as solar. That's kind of the
Okay.
industry I've been in. We have a Facebook group of about 3,000 solar and roofing sales reps that we just
Okay.
kind of put information in and stuff like that. So that's the strongest vertical, and that's kind of where it would be. Now, in terms of lead generation, it's important, man. I've done this for a long time. So I've spent tons of money on leads myself. There's usually about a 20 to 30% appointment booking rate with
Okay.
leads. Okay. Now 30% is pretty high. But that's okay. Typically it's about 20%, but it all comes down to what systems you have in place. So, for instance, if you have automated text messaging, email, stuff like that, it's going to help a lot. If you don't have that stuff, you don't necessarily need it. We can always help you implement it, but you just need somebody in the office that's going to work that lead because there's a
Yeah.
thing called, speed to lead. So if somebody submits the information in and you get on that phone call with them, you want to call them fast. Now, if they don't
Yeah.
answer, I mean, they might be on the toilet, man. So sometimes
Yeah.
they just don't answer. Got to call them again in a couple minutes. So speed to lead helps about 20% appointment rate. With this system for roofing in South Florida where you're at, you'll typically see about a $20 to $35 lead cost. Now,
Okay.
you figure, okay, if I'm paying 35 bucks a lead, let's go high, right? I like the worst case scenario. If I'm paying 35 bucks a lead and I get 10 leads and I book 2 appointments, is it worth it? Well, I mean, in my mind, because I know the industry, I know profit loss on roofs. I know the price for labor and stuff
Yeah.
like that here. I know what insurance pays. I know what retail pays. I'd take a $175 appointment all day long,
Yeah.
right? Because that's typically what you're coming out to. Now, out of that $175, let's say you run 2 appointments. Okay, so now you're 350 bucks in, you run 2 appointments and your guy sells one deal. You got a $375 roof. You know,
Yeah.
even if it's a 20 square roof and you're getting 600, from insurance, 550 wherever they go down lower, and your labor and material out the door is 330, 340, 350. It might have been, inflation's crazy over the past year, so I don't really
Yeah.
know what it is right now.
Insane. It's
So, but
stupid.
and long story short, I mean, you pay a sales guy 10% of the gross, whatever you're giving them. If you're giving them a 50-50 profit, I wouldn't recommend it, but you run your business. Um, then you're going to kick butt, right?
Yeah.
So now let's say worst case scenario, you don't sell those leads and you set 2 appointments for 400 bucks, but it takes you 3 appointments. So now you're $600 in on 3 appointments and you sell one deal. It's still worth it, right?
Yeah.
Just the realistic expectations of what I found with leads, to understand, like, you're not going to book every lead. You're not going to set every appointment. You're
Yeah.
not going to sell every job, right? So expectations work. So this system's simple. I'll give you a quick rundown. You have any questions so far?
Not at the moment, no.
Cool. Yeah, it's super easy, man. So you'll have different things over here. Like you can load your own credit card on here, put your
Okay.
own balance on, however much you want to spend. The system then shows you. So this is a campaign I was running for a national roofing company. I was buying leads for $2.50. Well, you say, well, how can you get them that cheap? Well, I own the company.
Yeah.
That's one thing. On top of that, though, I give you the option, to still be able to select your pricing. So what I did is I created a mechanism that allows you to lower your pricing to where you want it. So, all these are roofing leads, you'll see here. So this is, they want this is old. So I want a new roof, metal roof. We have the IP address, emails. We run phone verification. So
Yeah.
we use realphonevalidation.com. It runs it through the DNC. It checks public records to make sure that phone number is this lady, her address, everything she's asking for, et cetera, et
Okay.
cetera. Just to help you out. So now this is what I mean by setting up a campaign. So when you log in, like let's say for instance, you'll have a minimum price that will be set. Like again, realistically, your roofing leads would be $20 to $35. It's based on a bid system. So you
Okay.
can come in here and you could try to buy leads for $1.50. It doesn't mean you're going to win them. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because somebody's going to be
Okay.
like, dude, I'll pay $30 for a lead all day. So you
Yeah.
set your leads, you set your counties, your coverage, your areas. You put your schedules in here, right? You can send where you want the leads to go to. So your sales reps, emails. I wouldn't recommend sending them to sales reps. I'd send them to an appointment setting team if I was you, or I'd work on
Okay.
myself. And then you can also get text messages, emails. We can integrate it with your CRM. You
You
type
said you
some.
wouldn't you said say that one last part again. You wouldn't recommend what?
I wouldn't recommend sending leads directly to sales reps because the problem is you're spending your money
Yeah.
and you don't know, like for instance, nobody's going to care about your money more than you.
Yeah.
So you send that to a sales rep, they get that lead, they call it one time, they don't answer, they never call back.
Yeah.
So what you can do is you can kind of do so you can send it to the sales reps, but you always have to have somebody on your team. And what I mean by that is somebody helping you watch your money. So have
Yeah.
an office individual or somebody in the office or yourself, and you're calling them and you're texting them in addition to the sales reps, because you can't just trust sales reps are going to call these leads.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned from when I had my roofing company. I would send them to my sales guys. My sales guys would call them one or two times, forget, go have lunch, go run their
Yeah.
other appointment, and then all of a sudden I'm $400 in on leads, and they have booked one call, and then I'm like, what's going on? And then I pick up the phone, or my office lady picks up the phone, and we book two appointments, and they
Yeah.
say, oh no, we never heard from anybody. And the sales reps, well, I called them. Did you leave a message? No. Did you leave a message? Yeah. Why did you follow up? You see?
Yeah. That's
So
true.
that's just these are the things you got to be really careful with leads, right? I mean, because it's money. So caps here, you can put, how many leads you want on a weekly, monthly, or daily basis. And then you can literally just at that point, you set it live.
Okay.
It's very simple. Like you have your own balance in here, so it comes out incremental. So the thing here is you only get charged for leads you get. So a lot of companies, what they'll do, I don't know if you've done a lot of shopping with lead providers, but what they'll do is they'll
Yeah.
say, listen, give me $2,500 a month, $3,000 a month, whatever. And I'm not saying that's wrong, right? I'm not.
Yeah.
They can charge what
Yeah.
they want, man. Really, it's much higher than that for products. But this product is designed to help everybody, and it's designed to reach everybody. So what they'll do is they'll charge you a maintenance fee, and then they'll use your money to hope they get a lead. So they'll go on, Facebook, Google, put them on SEO, all these different things online. They'll
Yeah.
spend your money and they'll say, okay, let's spend $2,000. And out of that $2,000, you get everybody to see your ad and you get six leads. Okay, well, you just spent $2,000 for six leads. Why? Because they're using your money to deliver the ads. What we do is I'm using our money, right? The company's money to deliver the ads, and you don't actually get billed until a lead is delivered. So if it
Okay.
costs me $65 to generate a lead, but you have in here that you only want to pay $35 because you think that price is fair, then at that point, if I pay $65, I got to eat that cost. Either I eat
Yeah.
that cost or I send it to somebody else on my network who's willing to pay more. But if nobody's willing to pay it, we eat that cost.
Yeah.
So what that does is it makes it to where you only get the leads you want. Right? So you're not going to overexert your budget. You don't have to say, I paid this company, X amount of dollars and never got a lead.
Okay.
Does that make
Gotcha.
sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So man, that's really easy. It's simple. It's designed to be, easy. We have a product coming out in the future with phone verified phone calls. So phone calls will come directly to you. You can answer it and just book them there instead of calling leads. But
Okay.
that's it in a nutshell, man. In terms of lead generation and how everything's set up.
Okay. So what do I do to sign up or be part of?
Sure. So right now, what we're doing, actually, I'm doing it for this month because we kind of adjusted everything. So we do have a trial period. So it's a
Okay.
30-day trial period with $500 deposit. So that
Okay.
$500 for the software, and then you have a $250 budget for ads. So you'd actually pay $750 today to get access, and you'd
Okay.
start getting leads. Okay. Now after 30 days, if you don't want to stay with us, then there's no contract, nothing like that, and you could just cancel.
Gotcha.
That's kind of the first term. The second term is instead of the 500 down for the software and the 250 for the ads, you would just pay $1,000 and 100% of that would be used directly for your leads.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So I'm waiting for my partner to come back, and I think we're gonna end up going with you and doing this. It seems pretty good. I have shopped around, and you were one of the top guys that I've been paying attention to. So I do like the system and the setup with this. So I definitely want to go with you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. What I'll do is I'll text you or send me. I think I have your email, but I'll get you the
Yeah,
paperwork over. At that point, I believe you already filled out all the information when you
yeah,
onboarded about where you needed leads, how many you want. So we'll start pre-building your campaign. So that way, at that point, I mean, you'll really you could be live either later today or tomorrow because we already have all your information. So I'll work on getting
okay,
you the paperwork, and I mean, at that point, man, we're pretty much good to go. And then we'll set up a follow-up call in about a week or so once it actually goes live. Once you get your first lead, we'll touch base
yeah.
with you just to make
How
sure that everything's rocking good.
so okay, so how soon do leads usually start to come in, and like how often? I know you said it kind of is up to how up to what I
Right.
can, or what we can handle, and eventually, if this is like a good thing, I want to, I'll I'll lean towards this a lot. I want to
Sure.
see how it works, obviously, and
Sure.
so how soon do leads start to come in?
So you'll most likely get leads either later today or tomorrow. I mean, you'll get them
Okay,
pretty if you we'll start you at a $35 budget. So this is what I like to do because I'm helping you maximize everything. So we'll start you at a $35 lead price, which is super, super fair. I mean, everybody else is
okay,
80, $90. So you start you at a $35 lead price. Let's say you want 3 leads in a day. Let's say you get all three.
okay,
Perfect. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at your campaign and we're going to say, hey, why don't we try to pay $30? Right? So we'll come in
okay,
here and we'll say, let's pay 30. Let's say the next day you still want 3 leads, you get all three. You're kicking butt, man. Now let's say we want $25, you get all three. Perfect. Now let's say the very next day you still want 3 leads and you spend $20 a lead, but you only get one. So what does that tell us? That tells us that you have anywhere your sweet spot for 3 leads a day is anywhere from 20 to $25.
okay,
Does that make sense?
yeah,
So it's a bid system. So my goal is to not like maximize and say, hey, you just pay me $60 a lead and I'm going to buy them for X amount of dollars. My goal is to help you be a spot to where you know your margins because I don't know your
yeah,
margins and I don't have time to sit with everybody and go over everything with the way that this product is priced. That's why it's
gotcha.
priced so low. So what I did with that is I just said, hey, you know what? You have control over your pricing and then you can adjust it to save money as you need.
Okay, gotcha. I like that. Awesome. Okay.
Yep. So everything will be set up. I'll get everything over to you. And at that point, like I said, you'll be off to the races because we already have all your information. So I have all the areas, your emails that you want the leads to
Okay.
go to, put all
Cool.
that
Cool.
before you got on. And yeah,
And then
man. I
so
mean,
this is kind of like this here is like a home office, back office, and
yep,
that's kind of that'll
yep. You'll be able
getting
to log
information,
in. You'll be able to see
customers
your billing.
information.
So you'll
Okay.
be able to see how much you're spending. You'll be able to pause it, start it, change areas. You'll be able to see all the leads, all the lead data that comes in. You can export it if you need it, if you need to. Eventually, I don't know if you have a CRM and whatever you're using, job progress, AccuLinks. I mean, there's job numbers, there's tons of them.
Use
Now
Giddy
whatever
up.
one you're using, we can help you integrate that as you start picking up lead volume and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, we use
So
Giddy up.
okay, yep. Yep. So we'll help you integrate all that just to make it streamlined for you because it's real time data and we don't want to drop the ball and we don't want to
Gotcha.
accidentally forget to people. So we want to have some form of accountability with the team.
Okay. I like that. I like it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm waiting for him to get back from an appointment. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna talk to him. We were looking for a few different ones. And I like this one the most, to be honest with you. I've been keeping an eye on you for about a month or so,
Cool.
and watching everything. So I do like the setup with this, and I just gotta go through it with him, and we're good to go.
Yep, you got it. Yes, sir. I'll send you this recording that way you can share it with them as well.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Oh, perfect.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. We'll talk
Thanks.
soon now. Have a good day.
Appreciate it. You as well.
Bye.